this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
I pray you, is Signor Montanta returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such of any sort in the army.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin meets Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. And my uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the bird vault. I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service in these wars, lady.
You had musty victual, and he hath helped to eat it. He is a very valiant trenchman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honourable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man, but for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a merry kind of war betwixt herself and Signor Benedict.
Alas!
They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
He gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with one. So that if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for a difference between himself and his horse. For it is all the wealth that he hath left to be known a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
I see. The gentleman is not in your looks.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, is there no young squarer now that will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro has approached.
Good Signor Leonato, you accompanied your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no, for then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honourable father.
If Senor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all of Messina. That's like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she had such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then courtesy is a turncoat, but it is accepted that I am loved of all ladies. Only you accept it. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to woman, they would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God and my cold blood I am of your humour for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some other gentleman shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and with such a face as yours were.
Oh, well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would, my horse, at the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That's the sum of it all, Leonato. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonato hath advised you all. I tell him we shall stay at the least a month, and he heartily prays that we may detain some longer. I dare say he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Please it your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonato. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou know the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, faith, methinks she is too low for high praise, too brown for fair praise, and too little for great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than as she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other than as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. Tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow? Or do you play the flouting jack to tell us Cupid a good handfinder and Vulcan a rare carpenter? Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in this song?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury that exceeds her in beauty, as much as the 1st of May doth the last of December? But I hope ye have no intent to turn husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Does it come to this? Hath not the world one man that he will wear his cap with suspicion? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to it, Faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro has approached.
We're not able to perform the whole of the Topi this evening, so we've chosen a few scenes, and I'm here just to explain them to you because it's a bit confusing. Us men have just returned from war successfully, and as you saw, Benedict and Beatrice don't really like each other. There is a plan to set them up to realise that they really do love each other, and there is Don John, the illegitimate brother of Don Pedro. Filled with hatred, all he wants to do is cause trouble. Oh, and if you hadn't noticed, I kind of like Hero, but can you blame me?